All right, YouTube, what to do? It's your girl's favorite YouTuber, Digital, coming at y'all again with another video for today. And today we're here to talk about some new screenshots that was just released for Xenoverse 2. Woo! All right, sorry. Anyways, moving on. So today we just got some screenshots confirming Majin Vegeta as a playable character for Xenoverse 2, as well as his final explosion that he did on Majin Buu, as you can see in the scan right now. We also have confirmation of Grade 8 boss battles with 6-player online. So that means that you and 5 other friends can go online and beat up, the Grade Apes and Haruta Garn and all them other fuckboys that, that we used to fighting all the time on Dragon Ball Z. So, let's go ahead and get into it with this whole Majin Vegeta scan. Okay, so just a couple of days ago, there was a presentation that was going on. I don't know if this was at Gamescom or not, but if it was, let me know down in the comment section below. But anyways, there was a presentation that was going on with Majin Vegeta and Metal Cooler. So the presentation wasn't just about them, but the whole thing was like, okay, bam, they were showing off like different characters that we already know that's brand new into Xenoverse's universe, at least, Slug, Turles, Janemba, Gogeta, and stuff like that. And then what they had showed was 2 extra characters, which was Majin Vegeta and Metal Cooler. So with today, with us getting confirmation that Majin Vegeta is in the game, sooner or later, or even maybe later on today when this video uploads, we'll probably be seeing Metal Cooler being confirmed as well. Who knows? So I think this is a pretty cool thing because of the simple fact that we, now we get to see Majin Vegeta's movesets. I always wanted to see how Majin Vegeta would play in Xenoverse, seeing as though he was kind of different between different variations of games. In most games, he was always a key heavy character and all that. So like, his primary attacks will be, probably like Final Impact, and then his secondary will be Big Bang Attack, and then Final Explosion as his last. And so, I want to see if he'll have any melee based attacks, or if he's going to be strictly key again in this video, in his game or whatnot. So hopefully we get to see more of Majin Vegeta soon. And yeah. Moving on to the next topic, we'll be getting into this whole 6-player giant online thing. Now, there really isn't much to talk about with this one, but this seems to probably add a more fun factor to the game than what there is already, or than what there was in Xenoverse 1. So what I mean is that, in Xenoverse 1, the giants were pretty easy to defeat because they were pretty much like one-trick ponies. Okay, if you're behind them, they're going to throw their hand back, or if you're below them, they're going to stump or jump and stuff like that. And if you're far away, they're going to leap towards you with an attack. And the Great Apes, they were so easy. I mean, people were using the missions to farm their characters to higher levels, and stuff like that. Guilty. But anyways, moving on. The whole thing was that, like, the Great Apes are pretty easy, and I hope that with this 6-player online thing in Xenoverse 2, hopefully they'll be a lot more harder and flexible to beat. So like, basically, like, let's say if it's 6 of us going up against him, and let's say there's 3 of us going to the left and 3 of us going to his right, hopefully he's real flexible to the point to where they just start swinging on both ends and knocking out every last person that tries to go their way and stuff like that. Or at least let's hope that they have a whole bunch of life and it's tough to take them down. But I would rather for there to be a difficulty or a learning curve with the game, or with this game mode, such as, like I said before, the Great Apes being flexible, the AI, make the AI smart enough to where he can detect us, and, probably maybe a little button read here and there, and then he'll be able to counter us and stuff like that. Just make it more fun and more, but we haven't seen it yet, so I can't say make it more fun and stuff like that. But hopefully it will be a lot more fun than what it was in Xenoverse 1, especially now that you have 5 extra people with you this time, and you're going up against one by itself. And you may be able to have 2 or 3, maybe later on. They'll probably reveal that sometime down the road. Let's hope so. So moving on to the last little piece of thing, or piece of news that I wanted to talk about in this video that I didn't talk about the other time. Yesterday I uploaded a video on my channel with the whole Android 16 versus Janemba gameplay, and I wanted to get into talking about Android 16 because it was our very first gameplay showcase of him. So one of the main things that I wanted to talk about with Android 16 in the gameplay video was his movesets. Now, before I get into his movesets, I also wanted to talk about his playstyle. His playstyle seems to be very heavy machine, like a heavy machine-based type of thing, like Terminator, I'll be back type of situation. And I feel like that's pretty clean because of the simple fact that, that's how I almost said Majin, but that's how Android 16 is. He's a very heavy set character and stuff like that, and he fights real heavy, but he seems to have a little bit of speed behind him. Like, he seems to be like Broly and how he was in Xenoverse 1. He's kind of fast when it comes down to certain attacks or certain combos, startups, and endings. Finishers and stuff like that. And it seemed pretty neat to see Android 16 be somewhat of a variant of that. And Android 16 is one of my favorite characters, so that's the main reason I wanted to talk about him as well. And so I was kind of hoping though that he would be more flexible and fast like he was in Raging Blast 1 and 2. If any of you have played Raging Blast 1 and 2, you know what I'm talking about. He was way more flexible. Now, when I say flexible, I don't mean like, you know, he was throwing kicks and, you know, clipping people and hitting jump and, you know, flips and stuff like that. Nothing like that. But he was way more flexible and fast, and he seemed to be on par with the more faster characters within Raging Blast 1 and 2. And I was kind of hoping that was the case with this one, but seeing that he still has a lot of, you know, momentum and he still has a lot of speed behind him, it's pretty cool. Now, to get into his moveset, I seen that he had his rocket punch, and I don't know if it was a grab or if it was like a straight attack move because it was very short range and you need to be very close in order to activate it. So I don't know if it was a grab or not. Shout out to the people in the video who sucked ass. But anyways, moving on. Another thing that I also liked was his ultimate move. That was like the biggest piece of the cake that I saw that I really enjoyed. You know, he threw the Hell's Flash into the ground, and then like 2 seconds later, you know, the whole ground just started erupting like a volcano with ki blasts and stuff like that. And I think that's pretty dope because of the simple fact that like that's a very good ultimate to use on somebody if you broke their stamina. You know, you knock them down to the ground, they can't get up fast because their stamina's depleted. And as they're trying to fly away, they can only do a normal flying, you know, a normal fly away type of thing, and they can't dash with it. And then all of a sudden the Hell's Flash just comes up out of nowhere and just destroys you. At first, I was kind of thinking that the move would be OP due to the simple fact that in the trailer that they had just a while back with the whole created characters, I thought that, you know, Android 16 would have grabbed you, threw you to the ground, and then just blew you up. But it seems as if, you know, he can just throw it into the ground and then whatever happens, happens and stuff like that. But, you know, you can make it seem that way if you break the opponent's guard and throw him down and stuff like that. So that's pretty much about it for this video, people. Let me know how you all feel about these new screenshots. Let me know how you feel about Majin Vegeta being confirmed. Let me know if you want to see Meta Cooler being confirmed next, or what other characters do you want to see confirmed next after Majin Vegeta and or Meta Cooler. And also let me know how you feel about the whole Android 16 thing, and let me know how you feel about it. You know, I gave y'all my thoughts and opinions, and let me know what you guys think about Android 16 and the other things that we have confirmed so far. Let me know what else you want to see confirmed from Xenoverse 2 and stuff like that, and we'll probably chop it up in the comment section below. But anyways, people, this your boy Digital, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. And yeah, y'all stay easy, y'all be careful, y'all have a good one. Peace.